Like any two countries, if a country feels that their national interests are aligned with that of another country, then that relationship becomes important. I believe for Pakistan, peace and stability within the region that Pakistan inhabits is a very, very important goal. That is one of the stated goals of the United States also, which has led it to the Afghanistan operation. So I think that's clearly something that unites us as a common goal.
I think it's critical to stability in a critical region of the world. We have to avoid the mistakes we made in the 1990s of walking away from this region and leaving it to itself. But also avoid some of the mistakes we've made in the past years of trying to tell everybody what to do and how to do it. So we've got to work out a new kind of relationship with Pakistan, and I think that's a key to a critical area of stability, as well as to the fate and future of 180 million people and more who can be good partners with the United States.
I think this relationship has to go beyond the governments and beyond personalities. It has to be people-driven. The US-Pak relationship has always been seen with the two administrations in Pakistan and as well as in Washington. We have to sort of shed off this. And there are models available. At least Pakistan can quote up 2 or 3 models. For example, Pakistan-Turkey relations, for example, Pakistan-Saudi Arabia relations, Pakistan-China relations. Irrespective of governments, those relationships have had their own trajectory.
My feeling is that we have to have new players in the relationship. The government-to-government relationship that we have has sometimes fallen, sadly, down on these narratives that Pakistanis have about US betrayal or the Americans have about Pakistani betrayal. And these are very unhealthy paradigms. I think with new players in the game, businesses, philanthropies, university links, that we can expand the number of people, get away from the old patterns of talking about things through governments, and have a broader and more fruitful relationship in the future. At least that's what I hope.
We should try to just get more investments into Pakistan from the United States. And, when we talk about, trade, I think also that how the United States can help us open other markets, and then human resource development, because you have the best educational systems, you have the best financial markets, banks and others. We should invite some of those to come in, like private equity and others, which is absent in Pakistan.
The rise of the Pakistani middle class, cooperation on everything from business and production and investment to civil society, the role of women in society, and things like that. I think increasingly that the ability to cooperate on a local level is going to be key to security. The ability to go back and forth and talk about how to deliver government services to people who need them.
Pakistan has challenges, governance of all sorts of, all spheres of life, And the United States, of course, is a well-functioning democracy, and we are a very nascent democracy. So we got to see how, they build their institution, democratic institution, which then eventually, work for the welfare of the people.
My argument is that more Americans should be involved than just government. Let's get businesses involved. My recommendation for the Pakistanis is to try to work with a broader array of Americans so that we see a Pakistan that's stable, democratic, and a good neighbor.
What has been missing in the Pakistan-US relationship for quite some while now is trust. So what we used to call the trust deficit. I think we're coming a long way in trying to correct that to quite an extent. But till the time that our perceived goals within Afghanistan are considered to be the same, as I think they are increasingly being, I think as we achieve more results in Afghanistan, we will probably see ourselves to be on a surer footing.